Okay, hit it.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Happy
Alex.
Friday. TGIF.
Alex, we have made it. You, me, and the followers of T, us three. Well, it's more than three. We've all made it. Finally, TGIF is right, Alex. How are you today?
I am doing well. I am so excited to have made it to Friday, to Shambong Friday. Let me say, I am ready. I brought my champagne. Sorry about, don't judge my 2018 champagne glass because we are in 2020.
Was it a good year?
It was a good year. 2018 was a good year.
I got my Shambong. She's very, very strong, and she's definitely gotten me through a lot of Card Jenner tea time news. She definitely has gotten me through. So shout out to Shambong. The celebration will be starting today, you guys. Do not worry. We gonna sip and spill, okay?
Oh, we are going to sip and spill. So how are you doing, Courtney, on this fine Friday? You got big plans
Let me
this
tell you,
weekend?
Alex. Wait, did you say am I looking forward to this weekend?
Do you have big plans this weekend?
Listen, Alex, I am going to rest and relax this weekend. However, it was just revealed, it was just brought to my attention. This may be news to you, Alex, but my celebrity crush is Nico Tortorella. They are an incredible actor, and they are on Legendary on HBO Max. And I did not see the new episode yesterday, so I just found out this morning that they were a guest judge on Legendary, and now I know after the show I need to run downstairs to my glamorous sectional and watch that new episode.
Can I tell you, Courtney, that I love the show Younger, which he's also on? So
Yes.
I know him. He is not bad on the eyes and a super great actor. So we have that in common, Courtney.
Yes. I very, very, very much love Nico Tortorella. So I know T-Tribe, when you saw me tweet this morning, I said, why didn't nobody tell me that Nico Tortorella was on Legendary? I saw y'all clicking that like because y'all know that I love that very, very, very much.
I love, yes. All right, 901 Erica said, Alex, you made it through the week. Great job. I stan you. Yes, I did make it through the week. Thank you so much for the love. Sarah Wiley wants to know, Courtney and Alex, how do you guys feel about 13 Reasons Why? Ooh,
Sarah,
that season
I don't
4
feel
finale.
anything about 13 Reasons Why because the things that I heard when the first season came out was that it was too much for a lot of the younger audience that are sensitive to those type of issues and happenings. So honestly, I have not seen one episode of it. I've never clicked play. I just kind of feel like, just for clarity, I have had someone that I've lost to suicide, so I'm not really sure if it's the show for me. Some of you guys say I'll be fine. Some of you guys say I might not be. So, I ain't trying to come up here and drag them little kids. So I just leave it. What would you say, Alex? Have you seen it? Do you like it?
Well, so I got through half of season 1, and I completely agree with you. It is pretty intense. I couldn't really continue through the season. I mean, it's hard to watch. But I do know, I've seen on the Twitter feeds that people have been talking that the season 4 finale, I don't want to give any spoilers, was pretty crazy. So I'm not caught up. I've only seen half of season 1, but it's super intense, like you said. And yes, deals with a lot of mental health struggles and very serious topics. And when I watch things, I want to be entertained. I want to be, not that, that isn't important and that it does shed light on something that is very serious and something that should be shown in the arts as well. But I just, I like to escape through entertainment, and it's just, like you said, it wasn't the show for me also.
You know what the show was for me when I was a teenager, though, Alex? Instead of 13 Reasons Why, and I had Degrassi. And Degrassi did everything
Yes!
that all of these shows have been trying to do.
Drake.
They've been trying to recreate and duplicate. Listen, y'all people, they're not going to give us the same energy as Emma Nelson, Manny Santos, and Paige Michael Chuck. It's just not going to happen. I do want to shout out Jakara. I see you, Jakara. She says, "Good morning, Alex and Courtney.
Yeah.
I'm so happy tomorrow is my birthday, and I'm very happy. But how are you beauties doing today on this Friday morning?" Jakara, I'm doing good. Just reminiscing about Degrassi with Alex. Have you ever seen it, Alex?
I have seen it. I love it. I'm a huge Drake fan, so I love my Degrassi. But happy birthday! That's exciting.
Happy birthday tomorrow to you, Victoria.
Definitely. The T Tribe loves Degrassi too.
Yes, I see you,
How's
Carmen. I
everyone
see you,
doing?
Camila.
Let us know.
Here's something interesting,
Amber
Alex.
May. Yeah.
Lady T Joy says, "I cry for a lot of 13 reasons, but I appreciate that they're touching on subjects that people don't talk about, but a lot of people deal with." I agree. The education and the awareness of it is super important. So shout out to the creators. If you're sensitive to those issues, just maybe watch something else instead. But if you can handle it, go off and dive on in.
100%. I completely agree. So, like you said, I know you kind of touched on it. You're gonna rest this weekend. It's Friday. You know what I'm doing this weekend, Courtney?
What you doing, Alex?
I am finally getting my hers cut because the salons haven't been open and they're finally opening in LA. So that's something I'm really excited about.
What kind of haircut are you getting? Are you getting like a different style? Are you a dye girl? Do you normally change up your hair color? Are you a drastic? Are you a basics girl? Like what's your style, Alex, in terms of your scalp?
Okay. So, fun fact, I've dyed my hair. This is my natural color. And I'm terrified of haircuts because I've had long hair my whole life. I love hair. So I really don't do too much, just a few layers here and there. But can you imagine if I just showed up on Monday with a full bob? Like, what would you do, Courtney?
I would be like, what closet? You know what, Alex? You said, girl, you're bobbing. You're bobbing and it ain't for apples. That's what I would say, girl. I would have to come up on the spot, girl. Look at Alex. She bobbing and it ain't for apples, y'all. Come on, put some apples in the chat for Alex and her new bob. That's probably what I would say.
I absolutely love bobs, and I've been dying to get one. And I see pictures of it and I save them because I'm like, with brunettes with bobs, and I'm like, oh, that'll look good. And I think about it all the time. And then when I get there, I'm like, get that scissor away from my hair because I can't have all this hair on the floor. I will literally throw up. So
Alex, let me ask you this. If you were on America's Next Top Model, do you think you'd be one of the girls that would cry if Tyra was like, girl, we're shaving your head because your bone structure is just too iconic. We need to see your face. Would you let Tyra and the Jays, or potentially any other judge, shave your head in the name of being potentially America's Next Top Model?
100% no. I could never, ever, ever do that. That being said, for, God forbid, health reasons or something like that, where I would have to, of course I would do that. But by choice, no. Not to win America's Next Top Model. I'd rather leave the show.
I feel you.
So anyway, what else is going on?
Nothing really too much for me, Alex. I'm just trying to really protect my energy these days, just keep a space of positivity. And sometimes that just means I don't answer the phone, girl. Are you one of those people that as soon as you get a text message, you respond right away? I'm not that girl, Alex.
Depends on who it is.
I feel you. Can I tell you how antisocial I am? I call myself an antisocial butterfly, right? So I don't even turn my notifications on at all. Message notifications, off. Twitter notifications, off. Instagram notifications, well, they're on because Nicki is back and she's active. But when Nicki is on hiatus, the notifications are off. I don't want to be bothered. I prefer to just, and I've discovered that I don't have a bar dropping down of a notification. My anxiety is a lot better and I can focus on TV. I can focus on reading a book. I can focus on writing. So just a hot tip, if you're feeling overwhelmed, you guys, you can turn the notifications off because
I
the
like
people still
that
gonna be there in
tip.
the inbox when you get to it.
I love that tip. I think it's always super important to kind of just turn it off, turn your phone off, and just decompress from the week and
Yes.
just kind of be with yourself. So I love that. But
Um,
Courtney, I think
I
it's
want to
that
shout
time.
out. Almost. I gotta shout out our girl Gabby Davis. Right now, if you guys, well, y'all in the chat, y'all know Miss Gabby. She just graduated. She says graduation didn't obviously go as planned, but the drive-through was as much as it could be. Yesterday, I graduated high school. I got to see my friends. Well, Gabby, shout out to you. It's a celebration, and now it's time for you to spread those wings and flap, 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 fly away, Miss Butterfly. So shout out to you and shout out to your accomplishment because that's a big one.
Totally. And I also want to shout out Gabby because Gabby follows me on Instagram, and Gabby is like a secret investigative reporter in the country world. She sent me
Yes,
some
she
tips
did.
yesterday, which we're going to
Yes,
talk
she
about on
did.
the
I'm
show about
sure.
Lady Antebellum, and I appreciate her. So Gabby, you keep it coming, girl. You are my little
I just want to
production
say,
assistant.
Alex, before we get to that part of the news and the reason why I personally paid the Lady Antebellum news dust, Gabby, Alex, T Tribe is, because when that song came out, what is that, 1:15, I Need You Now? How could you not know what Antebellum meant? So, girl, goodbye, and we'll not be streaming anything called a Lady A, a Lady Nothing, a Lady whatever. Lady Saw. That's who we'll be streaming, not Lady A. So, thank you for
Okay.
bringing that up, Gabby, bringing that to our attention. But right now, for me, Lady Antebellum is trash. So that's that on that.
Well, we will dive into all of that later on in the tea, but
Let me
I
get
think
my
it's
tea,
that time.
girl. I got you,
Why don't
girl.
you pour up that tea, Courtney?
I got you, girl.
Do you have special Friday tea?
Oh, girl, no, girl. I gotta keep it green. Ooh. And it's nice and
Good for
decaf.
digestion.
Let me hang on, girl. You gotta get the bag in there, girl, so you can get the flavors circulating and percolating. Yes. Okay, girl.
Keep it going. Okay, I got mine.
Cheers, girl. Mm.
Cheers.
Nice and tasty. Mm.
I love that. Okay, so let's dive right into the Oh My Tea. I'm sorry, OMT. It's my tea as well. You know,
But girl,
all of our teas.
you ain't wrong, girl. It's still oh my tea. You just said the word instead of the letter. Girl, it's fine.
You know, it's Friday. It's Friday. Half your mind is already on vacay, and then half your mind has to stay because we still got work to do.
Yes,
So let's get into it. Okay, so we're gonna kick it off because YouTube just announced something super, super exciting. They announced a $100 million fund to amplifying and developing the voices of Black creators and artists and their stories. The movement will begin with a fundraiser hosted by Keke Palmer, who I love, and Common this Saturday. The event is titled Bear Witness, Take Action, and will feature roundtable discussions and visits from John Legend, Sterling K. Brown, Wilmer Valderrama, Trey Songz, Carmelo Anthony, so many exciting people. So how amazing is that, Courtney? It's about time, right?
It's about time, but like my good sis JoJo once sang, you know, it's just a little too late. The reason why Alex is, and this is now just because y'all, if you're watching and this is your first time, I've been on the YouTube platform for about 12 years. I have my own YouTube channel. I do the mess over there as well. My question is this to Miss Susan. Why did it take uproar? Why did it take a death? Why did it take a protest in order to get something done to amplify the voices of Black creators? Now, Alex, where was Miss Susan talking about amplifying the voices of Black creators when Tana Mojo was saying the N-word? Boom. Where was Susan talking about the amplifying Black voices when, no shade, Shane Dawson was doing blackface back in the day? Where was Susan when Jeffree Star was making millions and millions and millions and millions and millions women down to show her the N-word and calling her a gorilla? Like, where was Susan trying to amplify our voices now? You get what I'm saying? I've done commentary, girl. I think at
I
one point I did beauty. I've done all sorts of things on the platform. And honestly, Alex, I have to be truthful. I have been lucky enough to be able to attend VidCon and speak and tell my story and uplift other smaller creators. But I feel like this is something that is literally like 10 years too late. We had a huge creator on our platform that came in for an interview. His name is Trey Melvin, Alex, very good friend of mine. He literally left the platform. He left the platform, started his own streaming thing because why would he want to be on a platform where Black and gay people, their voices are constantly and consistently stifled? You have the YouTube Black event where some Black YouTube creators are invited, but others aren't. It's not open to all of the Black YouTubers. That is an issue. Like, I'm a Black YouTuber, Alex. I'm never included in any of those things. So if you're going to uplift the voices of Black creators, it's a little too late, and it needs to be aggressive, and it needs to be done the right way, or all of it is performative, and I do not stand behind it.
I hear you. I second that, Courtney. I completely agree that, this is a little too late. It shouldn't take a movement to kind of push these boundaries and not force, but that's not a good word, but kind of these kind of social media platforms to make these kind of changes. It's too late for this, right?
It's disappointing that at this turn, I would have loved to hear this announcement when the whole Alex, I don't know if you even were paying attention or if this was even on your radar, but when Tana Mojo said the N-word and she was such a popular creative, that should have activated Susan's trap card back then. When all the Black creators, even myself, were sitting down, turning our cameras on and going, well, girl, why would you do that? Your best friend is Black. Why are you saying the N-word? Back then, Susan should have sat down and said, well, let's get more Black creators in the YouTube Rewind. Let's make YouTube Black almost as big as VidCon. Let's really, really, really push these voices. But they sat up there and they took our money and they're pushing James Charles and the sisters. For all the young kids that don't care about racial injustice, they only care about makeup brushes and the fact that James is forgiven. You get what I'm saying? That's who she wants to push. Garbage. So go off.
Yeah, I completely understand. I think right after this, you should film a YouTube video on your channel saying all of this. Just in my opinion.
Alex, let me tell you something. If I did that, my video would magically get a yellow $sign and it would be limited ads and nobody would see it. I promise. Every time I talk about something controversial on my channel, it gets stifled. The day James Charles and the Predator thing happened, girl, my video was stifled, girl. They said, copyright claim, girl. You ain't gonna get no coin off of telling the truth here, girl. So, Susan, shout out to you because it's fun, but I'm seeing through the PR. It's BS, Alex. It's too little, too late.
I get it. I hear you, Courtney. Okay, well, moving on from that, something that is also a little too late. The Bachelor, breaking news, announced today that Matt James is casted as the Bachelor's first male Black lead. So GMA announced this morning that Matt James was casted. And for those that aren't familiar with The Bachelor, are you a fan of The Bachelor, Courtney? I don't know if I take you watching The Bachelor.
I'll say this. I really, really, really love Flavor of Love, I Love New York, Rock of Love, and the like. And because I love those shows, I don't understand the purpose of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette having a host and also it being like an hour and a half long. So I'm not a fan, but I have seen like one or like 75% of one episode.
Totally. I'm a huge fan of The Bachelor, so I can give you all the lowdown on it. But basically, back in 2017, The Bachelor made news as Rachel Lindsay was casted as the first female lead. But they haven't had a Black lead to date. And so this all started kind of in this new movement and all of this kind of change where a petition was started because The Bachelor has kind of had some bad PR about Bachelor's so white and not the lack of diversity on the show. So a petition started to kind of shut that down and create more diversity on the show. They had 84,000 signatures, and Bachelor heard you and made some changes. So today they announced it as Matt James. Now, Matt James was casted on the upcoming Bachelorette season with Claire Crawley, which was postponed because of coronavirus. And then there was some drama between these two because Matt James is best friends with Tyler Cameron, who was on the show. He's a fan favorite. This super attractive model. He was one of the finals. I think he was the runner-up on the show. Of Hannah Brown, and he was getting some. He was doing like TikToks, and they started the Quarantine Crew on TikTok with Tyler Cameron and Matt James and Hannah Brown, and there was all this drama around that. And Claire was like, "What is this guy doing?" There's this keyword where people aren't here for the right reasons, and Claire was like, "Matt's not even on my show yet." So there was some drama around that because Matt was already kind of doing the social media thing, and getting the brand sponsors and all of that. Okay. Fast forward to, they took him off the show. They took him off Claire's season because they haven't even started filming. And Matt is now announced as the next Bachelor. So super exciting in the fact that the Bachelor listened to this and they're creating more diversity and breaking history as the first Black male lead. So what do you think about that? Do you think the Bachelor is too late for this?
I think that ABC think that we stupid, Alex. That's what I think. Can I tell you why? Because all of these TikTokers like Charlie D'Amelio and the like, they're all getting television shows. And we know that right now when advertisers don't want to pay a whole bunch of money, it's like we could just set up a camera and film Charlie do one of these and get a whole bunch of viewers. So now you got the first Black Bachelor. Look, shut up, Black people. We got a Black Bachelor, but it's under the guise of he's a TikToker or he's best friends with a TikToker. So you want to go into it already with like a built-in audience instead of just letting it organically and naturally be diverse. Also, Alex, I want to bring up the fact that it will definitely prove if this whole entire thing is a stunt and if it's performative. If all of a sudden, Alex, you're sitting down with your glass of wine and you turn on The Bachelor and all of the contestants are white. You get what I'm saying? Don't put one or two little Black girls up in there and then they're gone the first episode just to say you did it. And then it's a whole bunch of white girls up there. Then that to me says that it's performative. You get what I'm saying? Once again, too little, too late. Right after Rachel, should have been a Black man, should have been an Asian man, should have been a Latino man, should have been an Asian woman. The floodgates should have been open the second that Rachel was the Bachelorette. But it was performative because we went right back to white is right after that, Alex, didn't we? So y'all think that
we did.
ABC in your card right now. Girl, I'm not buying into that and I won't be watching. But shout out to him because this is a great opportunity for Black men. Shout out to him. I'm just not going to support the foolery.
Yeah. I hear you. Let me just clarify something that you just mentioned. He's not necessarily a TikTok star. He just kind of, as everyone was doing during quarantine, joined TikTok and kind of was doing it with Tyler Cameron, who was a former contestant. But yes, he does have the following on TikTok already. Mm-hmm. He was casted for the show. So at the time, like producing wise, it made the most sense because Claire wasn't even having him. The show didn't even start. So they kind of were just like, okay, we're going to take him who has this following and already kind of has this PR around him and put him on as the Bachelor. I'm very excited that this happened. It's, as we mentioned, way too late, but I'm interested to see kind of who the contestants are and how they kind of build out the show from this and how they move forward after Matt James. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I will say, much like Brenda is saying in the chat, she said, and they put up Hannah up there and she goes and on to uses the N-word. So it just seems that the Hannah stuff happened and then all of a sudden ABC was scrambling because what we're going to see now, Alex, is all the brands start to do performative diversity because they're so terrified of being canceled. Nobody wants to be the Dixie Chicks, right? So I can't buy into all of it. If I feel like it's genuine, Alex, I'll say that. But with ABC and YouTube, that is not genuine. I don't believe it. But shout out to them for at least putting an ounce of effort for. Shout out to them.
Yeah, 100%. Well, someone that, Courtney, you mentioned are not shouting out is formerly Lady Antebellum, now changing their name to Lady A. As we mentioned, they are changing their name to Lady A and apologizing to fans for making them feel unsafe, unseen, or unvalued. The band made this announcement in an open letter on social media saying, quote, As a band, we have strived for our music to be a refuge, inclusive of all. We've watched and listened more than ever these last few weeks, and our hearts have been stirred with conviction, our eyes open wide to the injustices, inequality, and biases Black women and men have always faced and continue to face every day. Now, blind spots we didn't even know existed have been revealed. After much personal reflection, band discussions, prayer, and many honest conversations with some of our closest Black friends and colleagues, we have decided to drop the word antebellum from the name and move forward as Lady A. So in this same announcement, they touched on the fact that they originally named the group after the Southern antebellum style home because it reminded them of all the music born in the South that has influenced them. Southern rock, blues, R&B, gospel, and of course country. But they are regretful and embarrassed to say that they did not take it into account the associations that weighed down this word, referencing the period of history before the Civil War, which includes slavery. That was a mouthful. I'm sorry, Courtney.
No, girl, don't be sorry. Get that information out so people can understand.
We got to get the information out. Yeah, we got to get the information out and the full statement, so you understand kind of how this happened. Lady A, as fans will know, is a nickname that fans already call them. So this will be kind of an easy transition. It's familiar in that way, but I don't know, Courtney. I hear you're fired up about it. So
Alex,
let me know.
You mean to tell me that all this time, you mean ain't nobody come to them and say, hey, do you think that this is a little, you like rolling the dice on this name? You don't think anybody came up to them all this time, Alex, even before the hit, and said, girl, you might think, How about, Alex, when they song blew up, right? Because we all was singing that. Everybody loved that song. So, one after one, hey, I'm a little drunk and I need... Oh, that's a hit. However, you mean to tell me when you didn't make that splash on Billboard that none of your team members, or maybe they did, came up to you and said, girl, hold on. Something about that. I don't think Black people are people that's really, really knowing their history is going to like what this is. No, Alex, they sat up there and they was like, oh, girl, it's fine. People they call us Lady A anyway. It's fine. We can just sweep it under the rug. Well, girl, we done picked the rug up and all the roaches are crawling all over the floor now because we done turned the lights on. And now all of a sudden you want to change it. Goodbye. No.
I hear you. Wesley said Antebellum is the name of a movie that will premiere sometime soon. It has Janelle Monáe as the protagonist. Okay.
Is she being a slave in the movie? Out of genuine curiosity?
That's, I haven't heard about this movie, but that would be a great...
I'm curious.
If that's true. Yeah. Well, moving on from that, some other more powerful news. That's not powerful, but in addition to that, Breonna Taylor's mom has teamed up with Alicia Keys, Cardi B, Ellen DeGeneres, Kerry Washington, Jada Pinkett Smith, Ali Wong, and more for this powerful PSA. The celebrities shared a video titled, Do You Know What Happened to Breonna Taylor, to their social media in it. And Tamika Palmer detailed her daughter's death and informed viewers how they can get involved. Of course, Breonna Taylor's death has sparked lots of outrage and a social media movement. Alicia captioned her Instagram post saying, quote, justice for Breonna Taylor. Do you know what happened to #Breonna Taylor? The officers, John Mattingly, Brett Hankinson, and Miles Cosgrove, who took part in her murder, need to be charged and arrested now. Listen to the facts from her beautiful mother. Can you imagine? Donate, protest, petition, and demand #justice for Breonna Taylor. Visit my story for a direct link to things you can do to help #say her name. Have you had a chance to see this yet, Courtney?
I have not, but I think that it's very important to talk about Breonna because I feel like sometimes Black women aren't held as high in regard as Black men. So like when the George Floyd thing happened, God rest his soul, protest and, so much passion behind it. And I want there to be the same amount of passion and energy for this young lady. Alex, this is someone that was sleeping in her home. You get what I'm saying? So, say her name and celebrate her birthday. I had a friend that went out to the protest, celebrated her birthday with a sign, and keep raising awareness. Very important, and I'm glad that these women participated.
100%. This was very powerful. I urge you all to go watch it after the morning tea and check this out and donate, protest, and demand hashtag justice for Breonna Taylor. Say her name. Let's get this message out there because it's super, super important. But getting messages out there, listen to this, Courtney, on some lighter news, but not so light. Offset votes for the first time at 28 years old. Can you believe that?
Good.
This is the first time he has voted, right? He made his candidate selections in the Georgia primary, where he got to choose among the presidential, U.S. congressional, and state candidates. So Offset apparently had been unable to vote until now because of past convictions, which he referred to in a video on his Instagram as obstacles. He shared his voting excitement in a video on Instagram with the caption, "My first time ever voting because I wasn't allowed. I overcame this obstacle and decided to make a real difference. Everybody, please go vote today. It's the last day." Now, these obstacles he's referring to were felony convictions for burglary and theft in 2013, and he was also given 5 years probation in 2015, stemming from a case where he pled guilty to inciting a riot while in jail. So, good for Offset, making his voice heard. But I thought that was interesting. Yeah, 28 years old.
Alex, I am very, very, very excited. Past the voting, just the fact that it's good Offset news. Alex, we always got some bad Offset news. Listen, Breonna got the celebrities in check, and now they are doing the right things, most of them, and they are accomplishing things that they might not have otherwise. I believe we even did a story about Quavo graduating high school, and that's excellent. That's excellent. Go off.
Go off on that. Super cool. Jess says, better late than never. Good for him.
Yes.
I agree. Jess, better late than never. Get your voice heard. Get out there. Change your life.
Change your life,
that's
Alex.
changing their life, Courtney. Chrissy Teigen is changing her life as she just got a very important surgery removing her breast implants, a cosmetic surgery. And she got a hilarious get well card from her daughter, Luna, that she took to Instagram to share a photo. And you got to see this. It says, quote, "Have fun pulling your boobs out. Love, Luna." The note read.
Aww.
And then on the back it said, "Bye, boobies," the toddler scribbled on the other side. Chrissy captioned this post saying, "Surgery went perfectly, so sore, but waking up to this made it go away for half a minute at least." So I don't know if you're a fan of Chrissy. I'm a huge Chrissy Teigen fan. I absolutely love them and follow these children like they're my own. So I loved that news.
I think Chrissy's all right. Shout out to her. I feel like she has like a big personality. I don't agree with everything that she does and everything that she says, but for the most part, I can go off, girl. I like her. Yeah. I feel like she speaks out a lot when a lot of celebrities are quiet. Not necessarily about the right things, but just the fact that she comes across a lot of times as fearless. And that's something that I can appreciate about her.
I completely agree. She is fearless. And like you said, don't agree with everything she says, but she does make her voice heard, whether you like it or not. She is fearless. So get this. We got to move on to some couples therapy, Courtney.
Therapy.
Okay, so listen to this. Someone who is also not fearless is Kelly Clarkson. Some sad news as she just filed for divorce from her husband, Brandon Blackstock, after 7 years together. Now they have 2 children and have been,
Miss Independent? Our American Idol?
She's back. Miss Independent.
Alex, Kelly is getting a divorce?
I know. She's getting a divorce.
Oh no, y'all! This is awful news. We can't. No. Oh my God! Somebody check on Kelly. Is Kelly off? Sorry, my bad, Alex. Let us know if Kelly is doing all right. I didn't even let you get to the part if Kelly is all right. I need to know. Oh no, Kelly.
But that's true. Kelly has not made an actual public statement yet, but according to court documents obtained by E! News, Kelly quietly filled in LA last week and cited irreconcilable, it's a mouthful, differences. She dated the date of separation as TBD. So her inner circle is supposedly shocked about this. They seem very happy. They don't really understand what's going on. I also watching the Kelly Clarkson show every so often and seeing her on The Voice and all of that. She seemed very happily married. So this is shocking. I don't know what's happening. With quarantine, you make it or break it. We've seen a lot of couples survive it. We've seen a lot of couples not survive it. So I hate this news, right?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this at all. But you know what, Alex? It's like my mom always used to tell me when I was growing up. You never know what goes on in someone else's home. Kelly was looking happy. I think I saw Gabby in the chat saying that she was always gushing about her husband, and this was shocking. Y'all, part of Kelly's job was not letting y'all know that her husband, potentially, allegedly, speculation, not confirmation, was doing some dirt in the background. And it could have been her. It could have been both of them. We don't know what's going on, but I want to say shout out to Kelly. This is awful news. Liana Lynn says,
awful.
Just wanted to say, Usher, Nicki said you're done. Good night. Love you, Courtney, and love you too, Liana.
We will get to that. We will get to that later. I am so excited to hear Courtney's thoughts on that. But Brenda Vasquez says, TBD means what? Does anyone know? TBD means to be decided. So there's not an actual date listed yet. So we don't really know when this kind of was confirmed. Hopefully we'll find out sooner or later and kind of hear the story, because I'm interested to see what the real story is. Right, Courtney?
Yeah, I'm very interested. I hope that it's something that they decided together, like, hey, is this working out? No, it's not working out. Okay, let's get divorced. I hope it's something simple like that and not like he was creeping around at night. Kelly was outside the other woman's driveway in the car. Like, I don't want her to do that. You know what I mean? I want her to be very,
no.
We're fine, we're just splitting and we're still friends.
Kelly, in Kelly Clarkson fashion, she is such a sweetheart, and she's always, so easy. And so I think that will be the case. I don't want to assume. And I, like you said, hope nothing bad happened to Kelly, because I love her. She is a queen. I know some of you commenting in the chat. She is a queen. Yeah. Like, she is amazing. But she's Miss Independent. So we'll see.
That's a hit.
Who would you like to see Kelly with? If we moved on from this, few years move forward, once she's kind of more in this marriage.
I don't know, honestly. I feel like Kelly has such like a good home, like down home feeling personality, that she would have to be with someone that also radiates the same amount of warmth. And I can't think of a lot of male celebrities that potentially could radiate the same amount of warmth. You know what I mean? Maybe she needs like a regular like Ariana. That's always my go-to. If I can't think of a celebrity, because a lot of them are trash, regular, a who's that, I like to call them, Alex. A who's that, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
Like Ariana, because we don't know who that is, girl. We don't, what movie you in, girl? Oh, you just okay. Well, she need that,
I agree. She needs that. She's so, she's so simple, country girl. Like, she's so real. She's so real and genuine, and she deserves love. She deserves a real, cool, down-to-earth guy. So I hope nothing bad happened. Yeah.
Now I'm over here thinking, because now my little gears is cranking, girl. Now I need the divorce anthem of the year from Adele and Kelly.
A collab?
Yes.
100%. They have
Those
to do
are two hollering women, and imagine them hollering on a We Hate Men song. Get your stuff out! Oh my God, that would be so good. Girl, I would play that out. I would play that out.
I mean, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger is my anthem. So
yes,
what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So we're gonna have when I'm alone. That's right. Kelly is not lonely when she's alone. Even though she's alone, you got all of us. So we're here for you, Kelly.
We got you, girl.
But I think it's that time for our Car Jenner tea time. Courtney, you want to take it away?
Yes, ma'am. Everyone, please turn your volumes down. Alert your babies, your dogs, and or your husband or wife, because it's time for Car Jenner tea time.
gets better every day.
Open the champagne while you get the stories going, girl. So I'm gonna do that.
Okay, you go. All right.
Also,
so
Alex, before you get into that,
yes.
I want to say shout out in the chat, y'all. We have Sanders Kennedy, and he always knows the tea on YouTube. So if you love me, you'll definitely love it from Sanders Kennedy. So definitely check him out. He's in the chat. Good morning, Sanders. Hey.
Good morning, Sanders. Thanks for joining us. Happy Friday. Okay, so moving on to that's right. Card guarantee.
Don't mind me, girl.
You know what? You better pop that not into the camera. I don't know how this is gonna. I'm sure you're a pro at this. Okay. All right. Pop it.
Oh my God! I almost blew my hair off, girl. Hold on, girl.
Let's go. Okay. You pour that, champ. Here you go. Are we gonna cheers at the end? We're gonna cheers right now.
I'm so sorry. Let's cheers and then get into all of the card getter tea, Alex. I'm sorry, I'm such a joke. Cheers! Our first
cheers! Cheers! Exactly.
Right.
Cheers to our first week. Woo!
Expensive and exquisite. Okay, girl.
Okay. So, Kourtney Kardashian shared a flashback bikini photo on her Poosh Instagram in a black and white string bikini, posing by the pool, which was originally taken by Kendall. She is looking great. This comes shortly after she said she was embracing her quarantine curves after admitting to gaining a little bit of weight under lockdown. Now, what do you think? Is this another PR stunt? Because if she's comfortable and, what do you think?
I just feel like, all right, let me take a moment. Why, Alex, Kourtney Kardashian fans, why do you enjoy her? Honestly, I would like to know so that when I look at Kourtney Kardashian through my Kourtney Revolution spectacles, I can sort of try to relate and see what y'all see. Because when I see stuff like that, I just hear a whiny voice. And then I go, what's Kylie doing? And I go and I click on her profile. You know what I mean? I go, yeah. Like, Alex, literally, I'll be like, ugh, scroll. What's Kylie doing? Yes! Go on, girl. That's a good wig. Like, you know what? That's literally me all the time.
So, Courtney, you agree with Kim? You agree with Kim that she's the most uninteresting person to look at?
I ain't saying Kim lying. I'm definitely going to say that. Kim ain't lying on that one. Y'all take that. Do what y'all do with that. Kim was not lying. Exactly what Kim said to Courtney in that moment. Courtney definitely deserved that. And you know what? The truth hurts. And that's why Courtney ran her little expletive out and she was crying. Because Kim hit her where the truth lies. Right here, girl. She was like, oh, I can't deal with the... She's awful. Girl, next.
Right? Is that your Courtney impression?
Yeah, she was like, Scott, and I just wish you're eating that with full sugar. I would never. Okay, girl, but you got that plastic straw right there, so do you really care about the earth or what, sis? Yeah.
Jamie Stevens in the chat says, I don't think she has fans. She's the most uninteresting, so she agrees.
She has fans, Alex, but they're going to drag me right after the show. They're going to go, Courtney, hating on Kourtney Kardashian. She is a strong woman. She is a mother, and she runs a business. I'm like, no, she don't really take care of her kids because the kids be beating her up on the show. Poosh is kind of like a flop. And all she kind of does, from what I see, is complain. So, I mean, I understand what y'all are trying to say. I just see something completely different, I guess. And shout out to you that do support her. If you're on a big platform, no one wants to be the one that no one likes. So shout out to you guys that do enjoy her. I just think it's fun to critique her critically from time to time.
Karina Lee says in the chat, if Courtney wants to see some quarantine curves, she should meet me. I hear you, girl.
Because Karina, I've been
you. I mean, the quarantine 15, is that what they call it? You just don't stop eating when you're stuck at home. Woo! We're all coming out, rolling out of quarantine. Let me tell you.
Yes, looking delicious, thick, and juicy, girl. I love it. If y'all gain some weight, y'all still looking tasty. That just means that you have excellent taste in snacks. So keep eating the damn fries.
Yes.
I told you could do it.
Okay, well, someone else. Two girls that are looking tasty on Instagram is Chloe and Malika. They reunited on Instagram with this cute selfie. Malika, as you know, had her first son Ace with ex OT Genesis back in March, but Chloe was kept away from her so-called nephew due to COVID-19. But Chloe posted their first selfie together last night. She captioned the post, "Our crowns may slip a tad, but they never fall off." And she went on to add hashtag queens, hashtag BFF, hashtag my queen Malika, hashtag love. So, are you excited to see Chloe and Malika back together?
Alex, I'm going to read this and just leave it. I'll try to leave it.
You go.
Shauna Mermaid says, Chloe looks weird AF. Well, all I'm going to say is this. To go off of, yeah, put it back up. I'm glad that Chloe and Malika Khadija are still friends. I'm glad that Chloe was able to see Malika in person so that she could probably take this picture, so that when she's face tuning, she can have a reference. Because last time she was looking a little bit more Denise Richards than Malika. So she'll get it right next time, I hope. And if she doesn't, it still works in her favor because that's what the Kardashians do, right?
Yeah, I'm just excited that she got to. I know they're super close, and she got to meet the son, and I'm sure that was exciting for her. But could have been a better picture. But I'm sure we'll have time to, to each their own.
Basically,
but moving on from that,
Chloe, try again. Try again, girl.
And I love Chloe and I love Malika. I love their relationship. So, But listen to this. This is some exciting thing that also has to do with Chloe and Courtney and Scott, because listen to this. Rihanna leased their Hamptons home for only 1 month, and it's $415,000 a month. That's the lease payment to rent it. $450,000 a month. Now, this is a 5-bedroom, 6-bedroom. She just wants to spend a month in the Hamptons. She wants to relax in the Hamptons, but it's the same home that Chloe, Courtney, and Scott, pre-Sofia, rented back in 2014 and served as kind of the backdrop of much of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Or was it Take the Hamptons? I'll have to clarify that. Courtney and Chloe take the Hamptons. I'm not sure which show it was on. T-Tribe, if you know, let me know in the chat. But Rihanna is now living there. So I thought that was interesting, right?
It is interesting. I'm just like, Alex, where is the music? Like, is she going to the Hamptons to add a classy, bougie, all-white party track?
I hope so.
What is going? Is she going to write a track based off of the television series Revenge? Why are you in the Hamptons? And where is our album? I just have questions. I'm so thirsty
Enough of the
for
Hamptons.
the album. Can we get a single? Can we get a snippet, Alex? A little sneak peek. Where is Robin Reed?
Where? I don't have that answer for you, Courtney. But I'm hoping that she's put in a studio in that Hamptons house. 5-bedroom, 6-bedroom. How many bedrooms and baths? I think she could put a studio in there.
At least she could renovate one of them bathrooms and turn it into a studio.
Yeah.
Now, Reed, can we please have your beautiful vocals for the fall?
Yeah, we need it. We need it. But listen to this. Some big news. I don't know if it's big yet, but a little clarification on the Scott and Sofia relationship. So a source tells people that while the two are still very much in communication, they don't plan on getting back together anytime soon. So Scott is in touch with Sofia. I guess they have a little text communication and so what, but he's focusing on his family and his health. And Sofia seems okay with them being apart. And it turns out that this kind of Courtney-Scott relationship family has always been a going thing in their relationship. And it just became more apparent that his family is his number one priority. including Courtney as his family, and Sofia is not. Sofia comes second. So, listen, I get it. No one is second best. I hear it for Sofia. I wouldn't stay there either. What about you, Courtney?
Firstly, I didn't mean to laugh, but the picture of
No, you should.
Sofia in the catsuit with the braid that is like 25% her real hair, and then the rest is like clear. I'm so glad you put it back up. The rest I know we've done this before, y'all, but can y'all look at this ponytail? This is what I talk about when I talk about Sofia's ponytail. You see how the real hair is weaved in, and then the rest is just giving us Rapunzel. Alex, I know. I want Scott and Sofia to get back together. I want Scott and Sofia to move to New York. I want Scott to still see his kids. I know y'all hate that idea. I don't care that Courtney doesn't want that. I want Scott to be off the show. I want Sofia to be off the show, and I want them to create their new life. And I want him to still be involved. One more time, Alex. Still be involved in the children's lives. There are rich people with parents that are bi-coastal all over the world. Y'all just don't see them. So when y'all get triggered when I say that and you're like, oh, children needs their parents. Well, they got both parents right now. And the kid's still beating up the nanny.
Right.
So what y'all say about that? So I really want Scott to get himself together, get back together with Sofia. And Scott just lay back in the cut and let Sofia step into her own. You know what I mean? I don't want her on Flip It that we're not watching. I don't want her on Scott and Sofia Take the Hamptons. I want Scott to do his own thing, stop doing TV shows. I want to open up some sort of magazine or go on Twitter and see, oh my God, Lionel Richie's daughter is on the runway? Like, that's what I want to see, is the stands confused by Sofia coming into her own without the Kardashians. I might even want her to link up with Jordan in about 3 years and they just take over the world together. You just don't know.
Oh, look at that.
A change. There has to be a move that happens, and they got to get from underneath Big Chrissy's thumb. They're underneath Chrissy's thumb, Alex.
They don't just have their parents, they have the entire family, you know? So if Scott moved away, just like you said, they will be okay, you know? They will have access to visit him. They will do all the things that co-parenting people do, and they'll get it done. So I hear you. Some people in the chat are talking about the Vanderpump Rules news. Have you heard about that, Courtney?
Yes, I didn't. I've never seen an episode of Vanderpump Rules except when Andy and the girls tried to trick me on an episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and it was basically like an introductory episode, and it transitioned. And I said, hold on, where is Lisa? I was very confused. I can directly reference Miss Stassi, and I know that she's just lost her job. And let me tell you something, Alex, I'm very glad. You don't go and you call the cops. For those of you guys that don't know, there was another Black cast member on the show, and Stassi and another cast member saw that there was like a Black woman skulking about causing mayhem in their neighborhood. So they called the cops saying that it was the cast member just because she was Black and was wearing a wig. So yes, Stassi. And she also said something else. She did something on Instagram where she said she was wearing Nazi chic, Alex. No, you don't deserve a platform. You don't deserve a spinoff. I think she's getting married. I hope you don't have enough money for the wedding. You don't deserve that. Because for whatever reason, Alex, Bravo, Andy, Lisa, all of the girls were complicit in all of these things happening. And now that she's losing their job, everyone wants to put out statements. I have to be honest. I'm a huge Lisa Vanderpump fan. I've been at Pump. Girl had Pump too. Live, laugh, love for it. 4 years ago when I moved here, I celebrated. There was a whole bunch of things happening with Pride, and I went to Pump. I celebrated. However, her statement that is like very much in the vein of, come on, guys, you know we're not racist. You know I would never condone that, darling. I'm just a rich restaurateur with a love for swans. Like, no, you need to sit up there with your pink graphic up and say, listen, Black Lives Matter, and what Stassi said was awful, and I'm glad she's fired. That's what Lisa Vanderpump should have said.
Yes.
So to answer your question, I'm glad that they're fired. More people from Bravo need to be fired if they're racist. I'm over it. Let's get another season of Real Housewives.
Four have been fired. Stassi Schroeder, Kristen Dowdy, Max Boyens, and Brett Caprioni. Max and Brett were two of the new cast members, and they had some racially insensitive tweets resurface, and they just did a quick cleanup with the old and the new and got everyone off the show. I think it was necessary. I think that kind of nonsense is not tolerated. And I agree that it was the right move.
I agree. And I hope we see more of it. I hope more racist people keep revealing themselves and lose their job publicly so we can point and laugh at them for being stupid. Because at this point, 2020, you still outwardly being racist and then upset when something happens? No, I'm glad you're losing your jobs,
I
racist people. You
know.
deserve it. Meh.
And a lot of people are wondering about Jax because Jax has
You
gotten
racist too?
himself in trouble. Yeah, he's gotten himself in trouble, allegedly. So I'm interested to see if that development happens. We will report back.
We gonna report back,
But
and when the news is out, y'all, we gonna celebrate. We gonna pop all the
we
bottles, and we
will,
gonna have confetti. All the little confetti gonna fall down, Alex. It's gonna be so beautiful.
yes, it will. And we will bring you the tea. But Courtney, it is that time. We're a little late, but better late than never, right? Get
Get it,
this.
girl.
I am going to let you lead with this because I know how excited you are for this Nicki and 6ix9ine Trollz song. Dropped. The official music video also dropped. Courtney, is Trollz what you thought it was going to be?
Absolutely. Trolls was excellent. It was phenomenal. It was exquisite. It was iconic. It was legendary. It's the fastest song to go #1 on iTunes. I was not surprised. People say obviously that they hate 6ix9ine and they hate Nicki Minaj for working with them, but here we are. One more time. Let me repeat the stat. Fastest rising song on iTunes. So I mean, I understand that you guys don't like 6ix9ine, but I kind of think that that's the point. No different than the Kardashians, right? All press. I feel like when it comes to 6ix9ine, all press is good press. Nicki herself said on Instagram Live, it doesn't matter the viral tweets that are always on Twitter. Like, I can't believe Nicki Minaj would work with someone like 6ix9ine. Hundreds of thousands of retweets, Alex. And the reason why Nicki doesn't care is because there's a lot more people that love her than hate her. It's the same thing with anyone in any job. You can say, like, I'm not going to support this anymore. I don't like you anymore. But at the end of the day, there will always be people that do love, do like, and do follow. You get what I'm saying? So I like the idea of I'm being like the rap snitch, the rap villain, and people have painted Nicki Minaj out to be a villain. So like, why shouldn't the villainous queen that y'all paint her out to be work with the villainous snitch that y'all hate so much? It's good storytelling to me.
Yeah, that's a good point. It does make a lot of sense. And, I read somewhere that was interesting that, like, Nicki can't be canceled. Nicki has been through so many controversies that, like, it just won't happen. So, however you feel about the situation, she's still going and Barbs are still supporting her. But this
Period.
colorful music video, can we talk about that? There were rainbows and cotton candy, lollipops,
Yes.
fruit roll-ups.
Yes, go on, girl. You know, Nicki love a
fruit
snack, girl. My favorite thing about the music video and the song was I felt like that there was a callback to a moment with Usher, right? So Nicki Minaj has a song with
Yes.
Usher called Little Freak, and she has like a blonde and black bob. And on this song, she's shading him, but she shades him almost in the same exact way and look that she did all those years ago in Little Freak. So it's just like the attention to detail is always there for me, and I love her for it.
Yeah, so she threw shade at Usher. People think Lisa Ray's marriage and maybe Meek
Yep.
Mill for calling out snitches when he has snitches in his camp. So
Maybe, girl.
she did not hold anything back. And my favorite Nicki lyric is when she says, "My flow's still sick, I ain't talking a pandemic." And this is kind of referencing in the Usher kind of shade. But she threw pandemic in her, like queen.
And she wrote it very fast. She said she was rushed to write the
Right?
verse, and this is probably one of my favorite verses that we've gotten from her this year. So I'm not surprised. Brava and a chef's kiss to the queen of rap, delivering like pizzas once again. Shout out to her.
Yes, I love it. Well, on that note, Courtney, let's cheers to new songs. Let's cheers to TGIF. Yeah, you get that ready. Let's cheers to our first week done. It's in the books. TGIF.
We've done it, girl.
Thank you, T-Tribe, for, including me, allowing me to bring you the tea every day. I've had so much fun. I hope that as Courtney and I grow together, it will only get better for you and more exciting. And thank you for kind of accepting me this first week. And Courtney, I absolutely love you. So I just want to cheers to you for kind of making this so much fun and so easy for me.
Thank you so much, Alex. I really appreciate you coming in and stepping in and rolling with the punches, because there's a lot of punches, because I'm looking at y'all right now. But you've been excellent. You've always risen above, and you've just done your best. And I can always appreciate a strong woman that just does her best. So shout out to you, Alex. And cheers, girl. We're going to do the Mika song.
Yes,
relax.
cheers.
I see y'all. Cheers.
I know. Cheers. Cheers, cheers. All right. And on that note, you finish that shambong, and I'm going to drop it down.
Yeah.
A 5, 6, 7, 8.
Mika, nice to meet ya, Miss Mika. She on fleeka, Miss Mika. She loves the tia, and we see ya, Miss Mika. Go Mika, go Mika, go Mika. Happy Friday to Mika and all the T-Tribe members that are partying and singing with us this Friday.
Yes, have a great weekend, and we'll see you all Monday. You can follow me, of course, at Alex Schiffman. And Courtney, they know you.
You can follow me over at Courtney Revolution. Don't miss out on the Green Chair Chats Sunday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Anything else that you would like to share with the T-Tribe before we roll on out of here, Alex?
Anything I want to share? I just want everyone to have a great weekend. Because that's it.
Alrighty, you guys. Be sure to like this video, share this video, ring the bell, tell all of your friends, and leave a comment telling us what your favorite news story was today. And we'll see you, of course, tomorrow for Moments of the Week. And we'll see you on Monday at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Don't be late. And now, Leo, it is time for you to wash your hands, Leo. You gotta wash your hands.